after the COVID-19 pandemic, now the new pandemic we are dealing with is the pandemic of lies. Yeah. It's the pandemic of lies. You know, people stand up and they say things that they think make sense. You know, I've been looking at politicians. In the morning, you speak like government. In the afternoon, you speak like opposition. You see, the question, let's be honest. You see, the total annihilation of common sense and betrayal of common sense in the political practice in this country is shocking. When you tell people about there being who is that? What is that deep state? With all this freedom we have, in a country where the president is insulted liberally by everybody, by opposition politicians, how will you tell me that there exists a covert, dark element of government that is intended to do certain things? When did you last face and scrutinize and excoriate the Minister for Security? I am here to answer questions. Which is this dark side that exists? Where is it? Don't be drawn. I'm telling you, don't be drawn to some of this. You see, we are unfortunate that we have a brand of leaders. I told you earlier that the narrative we need to be discussing about the future of our country is how we handle corruption and how we create an integrity system of managing our country so that the resources God has given us can benefit our children and our children's children. Now, instead of having that conversation, the artists, the political artists who want to avoid that conversation, they come up with all manner of excuses. Oh, there are people who hate me called deep state, and you sit with them daily. So when do they become deep? When they are with you or when they are not with you? So, look, forget about this. We run an open, transparent, accountable government. Our president, my boss, is probably one of the most liberal and open-minded heads of state on this continent. We are a responsive government. But you see, to create campaign jargon, you know, this story of you must look for a way of creating some level of sympathy so that people can sympathize with you, that you are an underdog. So you create some phantom, some fictitious devils that are existent somewhere that are against you. And these devils are not described. So you use some communist type language and call them deep state. And say, you know, these people, they may be having the state, but we have God. God is for all of us. You can't have God yourself. So, Bishop, forget about this thing, my brother. Let's just go forward and build our country. That doesn't exist. Secondary. And that's why I say thank you for asking me this question, because I never get this opportunity to respond to these things. So I tell you what I think. I mean, if I wasn't before religious leaders, I would have even used a stronger language. Because this is petty, it's empty, there's nothing, it's hollow. People are just loitering around saying things that don't exist. Now they are lying. Yeah. They are moving around and saying, oh, you know me, as you know, please sympathize with me. There's a certain dark group of people called deep state who hate me. They don't like me. They don't want me to be a leader. They plot evil against me. You drive public money in that state. You eat food bought by that public state that you are condemning. You live in a house of that state. When does it become deep and deeper than you? Forget about these jokes. Finally, you asked me, so I'm just responding to your question. You asked me, how are we okay if the president is involved? You know, sometimes I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Where do we live? We have to choose what we want. Do we want democracy or autocracy? We say, okay, we are a democratic institution. When did the president lose his democratic right? So that he's supposed to keep quiet because you are president, see no evil, hear no evil, say nothing. You are president. When you try to say, we tell you, no, you are president, keep quiet. So don't say anything. And you are not supposed to associate with anybody, you are not supposed to tell anybody. I have not heard my boss, our president, anywhere in this country, both in private and in public, telling anybody, this is a presidential decree, you must go this way. I've never heard him say such things. The president speaks like the leader of our people, like we expect all leaders to speak. In my view, this is what I think I would like would happen to our country. And you have the democratic right to agree or disagree with him. And nothing will happen to you, by the way, if you disagree with him. And nothing will happen with you if you agree with him. That's the country we are building. You saw President Obama, before he left office, on the campaign trail for the Democratic Party candidate. Did that happen or it did not happen? That is supposed to be the icon of democracy in the world. I mean, you have seen presidents who are leaving office on the campaign trail for their successors and so on. The president is expressing his view. To gag the president and say now, you see, sometimes I wonder, one group of society is saying, our president is our leader, he should therefore guide us. Then he wakes up in the morning, he says, okay, good people, me, I think this is the way we should go. Another group comes and says, no, shut up, you are president, don't talk to us. It doesn't work like that. Allow me please to use this phrase, let's not be pretentious. Let's be honest to each other. And let us not sacrifice common sense on issues like this. Everybody can express themselves. We are in a free society. Sasa tujenge nchi yetu jamani. Na tushirikiane. Rais wetu means well. When he says, he doesn't tell us, oh, from today I have decreed. I've never heard him say that. Yeah, anasema mimi kwa maoni yangu vile naona, this is how it's. And you know, by the way, if he never gave any maoni, we'll also wonder, this one, he doesn't have a view about how we should go. And then now he's carrying the burden of leadership. As a leader, I have led you for 10 years now. I thank God for the opportunity. I've made my contribution. This is where I think I've moved the country to. And in my view, this is how I suggest we proceed. When my father here, His Grace, the very Reverend Dr. Jackson Elizabeth, serves out his term in the Anglican Church. If I meet him out there, and there's going to be a leadership contest in the Anglican Church, and I ask him, Your Grace, you from your experience, what do you think? Then he tells me, no, Bishop so-and-so actually served with me. He was my moderator at this particular place, he was there. But I think Bishop so-and-so Joel has got more experience because we were together, he has trained this, he has done that. Now, why would I condemn him for saying that? Let me ask you, why would you condemn him for saying that? Bishop, let's be honest and serious. Why would you condemn him? Because I've gone to him as my father. We are choosing a leader in the Anglican Church. He's the one who has been with these bishops. And I asked him, Bishop, Your Grace, what do you think? And then he tells me, okay, I have seen this one, so-and-so we were together here, so-and-so we were together. Kwa maoni yangu, where the church is, if they listen to me, I think maybe so-and-so would be the better one. But anyway, it's up to the House of Bishops. When they choose their leader, they will choose their leader. Whomever they choose, I will go by it. But maoni yangu ni hivi. So why would you tell him, hey, you are Archbishop, you keep quiet for now. Let us now choose without you. You keep your peace. I pray that as we go through this experience, the thing that we lack most in this country, especially among us, a lot of our political players, is something called honesty, being sincere about things. If I'm in a team together with my brother, the Honorable, the Attorney General, and I hold a responsibility with him, it's okay to have different opinions. But it's also responsible to execute those differences in a responsible manner.